Okay, we're gonna get started again. There's the plate that the dog stole half the breakfast toast to go with my hard-cooked egg. So we'll pick up where we left off. We were talking about the food programs that are existent currently in lots of homes that suffer from, even if you don't think alcohol is a problem, it does cost a lot of money. And right now, here in Canada, the fact that you don't have active alcoholic in your circle of friends does not mean it is not still impacting your life, and you might want to look at a 12-step program just for your own personal well-being and some alternate rules that can integrate with your religious beliefs, because it's really just an expansion. It isn't really limited to any particular type of, in fact, it levels the playing field. One day at a time. This is from Daily Reflections, which is more geared, written for the alcoholic in AA. Above all, take it one day at a time, and that's from the book As Bill Sees It, and I do have a copy of that in my library. Why do I kid myself that I must stay away from a drink for only one day when I know perfectly well I must never drink again? As long as I live, I am not kidding myself, because one day at a time is probably the only way I can reach the long-range objective of staying sober. If I determine that I shall never drink again as long as I live, I set myself up. How can I be sure I won't drink when I have no idea what the future may hold? On a one-day-at-a-time basis, I am confident I can stay away from a drink for one day. So I set out with confidence. At the end of the day, I have the reward of achievement. Achievement feels good, and that makes me want more. Just like food. When we're hungry, we're hungry. Another thing that's really important to understand about 12-step programs is there are 12 traditions. So number 3, the relatives of alcoholics, when gathered together for mutual aid, may call themselves an Al-Anon family group, provided that as a group, that means just family members who are having a discussion about the alcoholics, they have no other affiliation. So that would be like the Rogers Corporation and having an alcoholic in the midst. Like that would be a different affiliation, and that would not be acceptable to discuss the alcoholism of a family member. That's just an example. You can go into the gummy bears and the marijuana corporations and the drug companies as well. I'm sure their corporate boards contain alcoholism and alcohol at their parties. But I don't know, but it's just kind of a blanketed thing in society. The only requirement for membership is that there be a problem of alcoholism in a relative or friend. Now, if it's a corporate or harassment through a workplace, that's going to be something different. In Al-Anon, we start by clearing out the debris of our own mistakes. We learn to recognize how much we ourselves have contributed to the destruction of our home life. This was no vacuum we were living in. With only the alcoholic doing all the damage, we reacted to and made things worse. We are asked here in Al-Anon to reflect on our own conduct. Did we talk too much, too loudly, and hysterically when we should have kept silent? Did we oppress the unhappy drinkers still further at hangover time with a black and sulking silence, when a few comforting words might have turned his thoughts towards looking for help? Even when they suspect they're alcoholics, if you dismiss them, their needs, and don't support them, it can create an even bigger divide in the family. How difficult is it to face our own shortcomings? How much easier it becomes when we face them together in Al-Anon, since many of us have been guilty unknowingly of the same mistakes. Make me grateful for having been shown a way out of my difficulties through the Al-Anon program of self-understanding. Make me humble enough to accept a new and more rational view of my life. And once again, this is just the finishing touch on the privacy policy of attending a food bank, where anyone over the age of 18 may have their information shared through this Army link to feed data process. And that could be anywhere in North America, because I believe Salvation Army works in the States as well. I know they have thrift stores down there, and they probably link it together. Now, we have also the Faith Tabernacle next door to the Salvation Army, and I know for sure. I researched them, and they're absolutely head office in the United States as well. We are very, very well connected to the internet through the virtual world of head offices.